to go try to win $100
Gus,
million.
second most famous groundhog in Pennsylvania. Why do I know that? Why are there two famous groundhogs in Pennsylvania? There should only be one.
I would tell you here right on, bro. But what we need to do is we need to try to push the powers that be, first and foremost, to get all gambling advertising off of television. You can even bet the lottery online now. You can bet the lottery online. Do you understand? That's what I'm told. I've never played the lottery. I don't play the lottery. I would tell you the same thing happens. Look, everything related to gambling has to be in person. Someone has to go in their right mind and buy a lottery ticket or bet, $100 on their favorite football team or basketball team or whatever.
That's a really interesting point you just said there. I just thought of that. You're sitting in your house halfway through, the 4:00 game for the NFL. You don't know how many beers these guys have been having all day long. You're sitting there, you're drinking, you're having a good time. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with sitting back having a beer on a Sunday. But if you have to drive to a casino, that means you have to drive. You have to get behind a wheel. There has to be some level of cognitive ability to go and place those bets, be it if it's 10 o'clock in the morning or if it's the day before. But if you got to get to a physical place. You can't sit on your couch 8, 9, 10 beers deep and be like, you know what? I really like the over for this game. I really like that second half parlay. I think I could all the money I lost this morning, I can make it back right here in this one half. And that's dangerous.
Well, and that's exactly how it works. Yep. You understand? And before you know it, they don't got the money to feed their own families. And this is not just with 100. This is with millions and millions of Americans today. This is what's happening. I told you about that ad that I saw, when I was on my tractor. I heard on the country station that 1 in 8 Americans suffer from hunger. You hear what I'm saying to you? That's why they're dumping their money in places where it's like they're just suckers. It's just getting sucked out of them, and then they're forgetting how to survive, Andrew. And the divorce rate has gone up since. Sure. The suicide rate has gone up since. I mean, everything. Those two things. What's worse? What's worse than someone killing themselves? What's worse than someone getting a divorce over gambling? And what our government's doing, rather than restricting it and making it where someone who's an adult that can afford to do it and in his right mind goes and travels and puts a couple $100 down. And I want to speak to those people too. A lot of them, rather than going to church and taking the $100 or $200 that they're going to gamble and give it to the church to help the church. Churches are great, man. They're the greatest things. They're the glue that's holding America together right now. Our government's falling apart. Both parties are falling apart. But the glue that's holding our country together are the churches. You understand? So all of these guys, and it's, the annual handle that they estimate for gambling is close to $1 trillion a year. $1 trillion a year people are wagering on gambling. Imagine that. But they can't listen. That same guy that's going and sitting on his couch drinking or going and spending. I heard that the local football team here in Pennsylvania is charging $1,000 to go watch a football game. The Philadelphia Eagles are charging like $1,000. Now, if you can afford that, here's what I'm trying to say to you. If you can afford that, God bless you. But don't forget about your church. Don't forget about the food bank. You understand? Go help a food bank. People, look, I help a food bank every week in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Everlasting Life Ministries, awesome ministry. Okay? Every single week, you go down there on Thursdays, we feed about 200 to 300 homeless people from Allentown. And then on Saturday, we feed about 200 families every week. Okay? And if you go there, you can't believe you're there. So if you got 200 or 300 spare dollars, okay? Send it to Everlasting Life Ministries, or if you're in a different part of the country, guess what? Go down there and volunteer. Rather than sitting on your couch. Look, if you want to have a great day and you want your food to taste better and you want your love to feel better and you want your relationship with God and your friends and your family to feel better, and you can bet $300 or $1,000 or whatever it is, go and donate it to a church. Go to church, okay? Contribute. Go to a food bank. If you see a homeless guy, don't give him money. Go buy a Chick-fil-A. Go buy something for like a $10 ticket, and give it to him, man. Do God's work. If you really want to be blessed, don't be some stupid idiot that's going to sit on your couch and drink beer and gamble your life away, okay? And think because you're cheering for a certain team or a certain that they care. No. Man, get back to basics. That's what you need to do. Now, if you got extra and you wanna bet on your favorite team here and there, I'm not gonna say yay or nay, okay? But what I'm gonna say, if it tempts you or tempts somebody else according to the scriptures, don't gamble, okay? I don't gamble. I used to. I have not gambled. I'm done because I think it's bad. I don't think it's good.